My beloved child, incline your heart and listen to me in this moment, not with panic, nor with a mind full of resistance, but with a heart that still longs for the truth. I draw near to you not as one who desires to punish, but as a father who sees his child walking toward a dangerous crossroad and cannot remain silent. My love for you is deeper than any words you could ever express, more enduring than every season you have passed through. And it is that very love that causes me to speak today. I am not calling you to make you tremble. I am calling you so that you may awaken. I do not reveal the darkness to shame you. I shine the light so that you may find the way back. If I allowed you to continue walking without warning you, that would not be love. So hear me as a child hears the voice of their father in the darkness of night, knowing that this voice does not come to condemn, but to save you from what you have not yet fully seen. My child, there is a path opening before your eyes, and its appearance may make you believe it is a good way. It does not appear in an obviously evil form, nor does it immediately bring pain so that you can easily recognize it. On the contrary, it is covered with attractive colors, sweet promises, opportunities that seem reasonable, and feelings that make you think you are becoming more free. But I see the hidden depths that your eyes have not yet seen. I know where that path leads. I know what is concealed beneath the shining garment of those invitations. There are things that at first seem like only a small choice, but if you keep taking another step, they will gradually pull you away from peace, away from my voice, away from the purity I have placed within you. The deceiver does not always come with such force that you become alert. Often, it comes through false gentleness, through a thought that seems harmless, through a reason that sounds very sensible, through a whisper that makes you believe you deserve to lay discipline aside, that you deserve to indulge what is pulling you downward, that you deserve to ignore the inner warning just this once. It does not need you to leave me in one day. It only needs you to accept small steps away from the light. It does not need you to deny me with words. It only needs you to become so busy that you no longer seek me, so wounded that you no longer trust me, so absorbed that you no longer recognize what is taking hold of your heart. Therefore, I am calling you to awaken before the small thing becomes a chain, before compromise becomes a habit, before you become accustomed to a distance you should never have accepted. I know there are temptations that have become more subtle in your eyes. They no longer look like something clearly wrong, but are disguised as an opportunity, a connection, a pleasure, a temporary comfort, an escape from weariness. You may tell yourself that you are still in control, that as long as you do not go too far, everything will be fine, that everyone has moments of weakness, that I will understand you. Yes, I understand you. I understand the loneliness behind your hurried choices, the exhaustion that makes you seek what feels pleasant, the wounds that make you long to be soothed by anything that can help you forget for a moment. But understanding you does not mean I will let you hurt yourself. My mercy does not tolerate what destroys you. My mercy pulls you out of it. Remember the story of Joseph when he was in the house of Potiphar. He was placed before a private, persistent, and dangerous invitation. There was no crowd watching, no trumpet of warning, no outward sign for people to recognize what was happening. But in that private place, Joseph chose righteousness before me over a fleeting moment of satisfaction. He ran from what could have defiled the path I had prepared for him, even though that choice caused him to suffer misunderstanding and loss for a time. Do you see? My child, there are times when fleeing temptation does not make your life easier immediately, but it keeps you from losing something far more precious. Joseph did not merely avoid a wrong action, he preserved the future I was quietly preparing. My beloved child, I do not tell you this so that you will feel small, but so that you will understand that Victory begins with a decision made in the hidden place. Perhaps no one knows what you are struggling with. Perhaps no one sees the invitations pulling you in another direction. Perhaps on the outside you still appear normal, still smile, still work, still speak as you do every day. But I see your silent battles. I see the moments when you want to choose what is right, yet the wrong thing seems so appealing. I see when you open the door to a thought, then quickly close it because you know it does not belong to the light. I see even the times when you lose heart and wonder whether you can still return. And I say to you, you can still return. Today is still a day of mercy. Do not believe the voice that says you have gone too far. Do not believe that because you have stumbled, there is no way back. Do not believe that I have grown weary of you. I am not like human beings who love and then withdraw, wait and then leave, forgive and then remember in order to condemn. I am your Father, and I know how to lift you up without crushing you. But you must be honest. You must stop calling darkness light simply because it feels pleasant for a moment. You must stop hiding what is making your heart drift away from me. You must stop bargaining with the things you know are weakening you. Freedom does not come from being able to do everything you want. True freedom comes when you are no longer controlled by what is wrong. Therefore, I invite you to lay down what is pulling you away from me. Perhaps it is a habit you have quietly continued to nourish. Perhaps it is a connection that causes you to lose purity within your heart. Perhaps it is a craving for recognition so strong that you are willing to compromise your values. Perhaps it is jealousy, pride, anger, or a sadness you have allowed to become a throne, ruling your decisions. Whatever it is, bring it before me. Do not decorate it. Do not defend it. Do not delay any longer. I do not need you to come to me appearing perfect. I only need you to come in truth. When you bring what is dark into the light, it gradually loses its power over you. Understand that my warning is evidence of love, not a sign of rejection. A father who loves his child will not stand by and watch them drink poison simply because the cup is beautifully decorated. A father who loves his child will not remain silent when they are being led into a place that will rob them of peace. I am placing before you a way back, and that way is not far away. It begins with a sincere confession, with a decisive choice, with one step away from what you know does not belong to me. That step may hurt because you must let go of something familiar. You may feel empty in the first days, but my child, the emptiness left after you release what is wrong will become the place where I pour in new life, new peace, and new strength. Then you will realize that what I remove from your hands is not meant to impoverish you, but to make your hands clean and wide enough to receive something better. The things I tell you to leave behind are not because I want to limit your joy, but because I know false joy will always demand that you pay for it with true peace. I do not build fences to imprison you. I build fences to protect the garden within you from destructive things. When you learn to trust the boundaries I have set, you will no longer see obedience as loss, but as wisdom. You will understand that some doors are a blessing precisely because you do not enter them. Some invitations are deliverance precisely because you do not answer them. And some things protect your future precisely because you never touch them. Today, I am not asking you to be strong by your own strength. I know you need my grace. Call on me in your weakest moment, not only after you have already won by yourself. Take my hand while that invitation is still sounding. Turn your face toward the light as soon as you recognize your heart beginning to lean toward darkness. I will not despise your small step. One step back toward me causes heaven to rejoice. One sincere word opens a stream of restoration. One decision to cut off what is wrong can redirect all the days ahead. So listen to the voice of your Father calling you with both gentleness and solemnity. Do not take another step on a path that is beautiful only on the outside but hollow within. Do not hand your precious future over to promises that have no life. Do not let what is temporary steal what is eternal, which I am building within you. Return to me today. Let my light wash away the confusion within you. Let my love soften what has grown hardened. Let my wisdom lead you out of the trap and into the spacious ground of peace. I am still here. My hand is still open. My heart is still waiting. And you are still the child I love, with a love that never runs dry. My beloved child, in the midst of a world that is always urging you to move faster, do more, reach higher, and prove yourself more. I want you to pause in this moment, not to escape life, nor to abandon the responsibilities waiting for you, but to remember that you were not created merely to chase after the voices outside. You were created to live in closeness with me, to know who you are in my light, and to recover the holy rhythm of breath that has been buried beneath too many sounds, too many expectations, too many anxieties. There is a treasure that is slowly being forgotten in your age, and that treasure is stillness, not empty silence, but the deep quiet where you rest in me, where disturbances settle, where my gentle voice can touch you without being interrupted by the noise of the world. My child, I know you are living in an unceasing current. News comes to you every minute. Tiny notifications on a screen can pull your mind far away from peace. A comment, an image, a comparison, someone else's success, an unnamed worry. All of it can make your heart tremble. You move from one day to another with shoulders carrying more than you realize. You wake up with a list of things to do, enter the night with unanswered questions, and many times you smile before others while inside you are exhausted from trying to appear okay. But, my beloved, I see you. I hear even the sighs you never put into words. I know the empty places you try to fill with busyness, and I am still calling you back. My call is not hurried like the pressure of the world. It does not make you panic, nor does it place another burden upon you. That call is like a clear stream flowing through dry ground, like shade falling upon one who has traveled far, like the open arms of a father welcoming a child who is weary from trying to carry everything alone. I am not telling you to stop so that you will fall behind. I am telling you to stop so that you may be restored. I am not calling you into stillness to take away what you love. I am calling you there so that you may recognize what is truly worth keeping, what is only draining your life, what is my voice and what is merely noise, dressed as importance. When you remain in my presence, you will not lose direction. On the contrary, you will see the way more clearly. There are things you think are foundations, but they are actually only temporary shadows. A career can change. Praise can disappear. Finance can rise and fall. Relationships can make you joyful today and wound you tomorrow. The plans you carefully build can still be shaken by one unexpected event. I do not say this to make you afraid, but so that you will understand that nothing besides me can become a firm rock for you. When everything is going well, people easily think they are standing strong. But when an unexpected wind blows through, you discover where your heart is truly leaning. And in those very moments, when you are no longer captivated by the seeming certainty of temporary things, my voice will become clearer within you. Remember the prophet Elijah, who once stood before great and overwhelming manifestations. There was a mighty wind, there was shaking, there was fire. But my voice did not come to him in the loud way human beings easily notice. I came in a gentle whisper, in a silence that seemed almost insignificant, yet carried the authority to redirect a man who was exhausted. Do you see? I do not always speak through things that overwhelm. Many times, I choose to draw near to you softly, where only those who quiet their hearts can recognize me. When you are too accustomed to noise, you may overlook my gentleness. But when you have the courage to step away from the chaos and enter the private place with me, you will understand that my quietness is not weak. It is a powerful presence, enough to heal, uphold, and lead you onward. Therefore, do not fear the quiet spaces. Do not rush to fill every moment with screens, sounds, conversation, or work. There are empty spaces, not meant to make you lonely, but to allow me to meet you more deeply. There are times when I draw you away from outward noise so that what is disordered within you may be set in order again. There are seasons when I slow your steps, not because I have forgotten you, but because I am saving you from running too far away from the very path I prepared. If you keep rushing without listening, you may arrive in many places, but not in the right place. If you remain busy without becoming still, you may accomplish many things, yet lose the peace necessary to recognize their meaning. In stillness, you will learn to hear more clearly. You will recognize that not every invitation needs an answer. Not every opportunity needs to be seized. Not every opinion has the right to define your worth. You will see that I do not measure you by your speed, nor do I love you less when you need rest. You are not a machine meant to operate without ceasing. You are a child loved by me, cared for by me, guided by me with patient love. I rejoice when you are faithful, but I do not want your faithfulness to become exhaustion. I am pleased when you labor, but I do not want work to become the throne in your heart. I give you relationships, but I do not want you to lose your freedom by trying to please everyone. When you return to me in silence, your deepest questions will no longer remain buried. You will dare to ask, what is guiding your decisions? Love or fear? Are you living from peace? Or from the pressure to prove yourself? Are you walking according to my wisdom? Or merely reacting to the expectations of people? These questions do not come to condemn you, but to free you. For when my light shines into the hidden places, you will not be humiliated, you will be healed. I do not reveal what is wrong in order to push you away. I show you what needs to be adjusted so that I may draw you closer to true life. The life that is not controlled by noise, comparison, and fear. My beloved child, learn to build into your day private spaces for me, even if it is only a few minutes before you begin your work, a slow breath before you answer someone, a moment when you lift your heart upward while feeling overwhelmed. Those small things can become a doorway for me to enter. Do not think that only long hours have meaning. A heart that knows how to return is enough to open the way for grace. A sincere pause can prevent you from making a rushed decision. A single minute of taking your hands away from what distracts you can help you hear what I have been reminding you of for a long time. Then you will realize that stillness does not make your life poorer, but deeper. It does not delay you in your destiny, but helps you walk in rhythm with me. It does not separate you from the world in coldness, but sends you back into the world with a softer heart, clearer eyes, and steadier steps. When you know how to remain in me, you will not be easily swept away by every wave. When you know how to hear me, you will not need to chase after every voice. When you place your foundation in me, you will not collapse because of one difficult day, one rejection, or one season of waiting. So today, I invite you to return to the place of holy rest. Lay down unnecessary haste. Release from your hands the anxieties you were never created to carry alone. Let my presence cover you like morning dew upon dry ground. Gentle yet full of life, I am near you, not in the noise that crowds and competes, but in the quiet space filled with love. Come to me. Pause beside me. Remain long enough for your heart to remember what peace is, And when you step out of that stillness, you will no longer be merely someone trying to survive the day. You will be a child renewed, guided, upheld, and made firm upon the rock that can never be moved, which is me, O my beloved child, you whom I called by name in love before you fully understood the meaning of your journey. Be still and listen to me in this moment, not with passing curiosity, nor with a hurried mind being pulled by 100 concerns of life, but from that secret depth within you that still trembles before truth and longs for light. I do not come to you as a noise interrupting a busy day. I come as a holy breath, as the hand of a father resting upon the shoulder of a tired child, as a lamp lit before night falls. What I want to say today is not meant to frighten you, but to awaken the discernment I planted within you long ago. For there are seasons when, if you do not know how to stop and listen, you will think everything is still peaceful, while beneath the surface, great movements have already begun to shift direction. My child, do not allow the calm appearance outside to deceive you. There are days when the sky is still clear, yet the wind has already changed direction. There are moments when the water remains still, yet in the depths below, there has already been movement. In the same way, in the unseen realm, a shaking is forming, not to crush those who belong to me, but to reveal what is true and what is only a shell, what has been built on faithfulness and what has been constructed from ambition, fear, and disguise. I allow that shaking to come not because I have abandoned you, but because I love you too much to let you continue standing on foundations that will not last. I do not want you clinging to what will collapse when strong winds arise. I do not want you placing your security in shadows that cannot shelter you in the day of testing. Therefore, before that wind draws nearer, I am calling you back to me. Perhaps in recent days, you have felt something unusual within your heart. You cannot name it, but you know there is a quiet prompting touching you inside. Sometimes, while doing ordinary things, an unexplained heaviness or lightness passes through you. Sometimes you look at the things you once trusted and realize they no longer bring the same peace as before. Sometimes, even in the middle of a crowd, your heart is still being drawn into the private place with me. You have tried to reassure yourself that everything is the same, that nothing needs to change, that with a little more strength, a little more calculation, a little more control, everything will be fine. But my beloved, this is not meaningless anxiety. It is my gentle knock upon the door of your heart, reminding you that the time has come for you to return to the true refuge. That refuge is not found in the plans you arrange so carefully, though I do not despise your preparation. It is not found in the wealth you accumulate, though I know you need means to live. It is not found in the approval of people, though I understand how deeply your heart has longed to be recognized. Your refuge is me, my unshakable presence, my arms that do not withdraw, my voice that does not fade, though many seasons pass. When everything outside begins to tremble, you will discover what has truly been supporting you. When masks fall away, you will see clearly who walks in integrity and who can only stand firm when no testing wind has blown. When familiar things are rearranged, you will understand that I am not destroying your life. I am clearing away what no longer belongs to the journey I have prepared. Remember Noah, the man who built the ark while the rain had not yet fallen. In the eyes of many, he seemed to be doing something strange, even unreasonable. The days still passed. People still ate and drank, bought and sold, built and laughed, as though nothing were about to happen. But Noah heard my voice with reverence, and he prepared not according to the laughter of the crowd, but according to guidance from heaven. Do you see? True obedience is not always understood by the world right away. There are times when I tell you to prepare before the signs become clear. There are times when I tell you to separate from what others still consider normal. There are times when I tell you to build a refuge by faith, while no one around you has yet seen the rain. But that very obedience in secret will preserve you when the season begins to shift. Therefore, do not take lightly the small reminders. Do not ignore the holy uneasiness, inviting you to examine your foundation again. Do not quickly suppress deep impressions simply because they require you to change. I do not sow panic in you, I give discernment. Panic makes you run in every direction, but discernment leads you back to me. Panic makes you grasp at anything in front of you, but discernment teaches you to release what is temporary and take hold of what is eternal. Panic makes you look at the wind and tremble, but discernment helps you look up to your Father and stand firm. Learn to distinguish these things, my beloved, because in the days ahead, it will not be the one with the loudest voice who remains steady, but the one who knows how to hear my voice most clearly. The shaking that is coming is not meant to take away your peace, but to reveal where your peace has been placed. If that peace is placed in favorable circumstances, it will sway when circumstances change. If that peace is placed in the praise of others, it will dissolve when you are misunderstood. If that peace is placed in your ability to control everything, it will crack when the unexpected happens. But if that peace is placed in me, then even when the wind blows, you will still be able to breathe deeply, even when the road changes direction. You will not be lost, even when the things you once relied on are taken from your reach. You will not lose what is most precious, because I am still with you. I speak to you today with the solemnity of a loving Father. Put your inner life in order again. Look at what has taken the place that should belong only to me. Examine the attachments that draw you away from purity. Lay down the fears that have controlled your decisions for too long. Stop using your own strength to hold on to things I no longer bless. Some closed doors are mercy. Some delays are protection. Some separations are preparation. Some outward losses are deep inward liberation. You do not need to resist the hand that is purifying you. You only need to trust that this hand never acts apart from love. Then you will see that after the strong wind, what remains will become clearer. False things will no longer blind your eyes. Shallow relationships will no longer bind your steps. Unholy ambitions will fall like dust. And in the space that seemed empty, I will place within you a new steadiness, a new simplicity, a new courage. You will no longer need to seek refuge in fragile things. You will know how to return to me more quickly, hear me more deeply, and walk more slowly but more surely. This is not a season for you to panic. This is a season for you to awaken. It is not a season for you to run away. It is a season for you to stand closer to me than ever before. So, my beloved child, listen to the words of your Father with tenderness. When I warn you in advance, it is so that you may be prepared. When I shake what surrounds you, it is so that you may be cleansed. When I call you back, it is because I know where you are safe. Do not wait until the strong wind comes before seeking shelter. Enter my presence today. Let my word become your covering. Let my love become your rock. Let my wisdom guide each step you take. And no matter what tomorrow may bring, you will not be swept away, because you will know where you belong, in my arms, under my light, and upon the path I prepared by mercy from eternity. My beloved child, the old season is closing in a way you may not yet recognize, and the new season is drawing near through quiet movements. That is why I want you to pay closer attention. Not everything familiar should be kept. Not everyone who once walked with you can continue into the new stage with you. Not every opportunity shining before your eyes is the portion I have prepared for you. There are things you must release so that your hands will be wide enough to receive what I give. There are worn paths you must leave so that your feet may find the road already prepared. There are voices you must quiet so that my voice within you may become clearer. I am drawing near to you, not to confuse you, but to embrace you with gentle guidance. I do not want you swept away by choices made without discernment. I do not want you standing at the threshold of what is new while still carrying the blindness of the old day. Let today's reminder become a lamp within your heart. Look back at what has happened, not with regret, but with eyes willing to learn. Ask me to open understanding for you, and I will show you what you need to see. Ask me to soften your heart, and I will help you recognize where to stop, where to step forward, what to keep, and what to entrust back to me. For every time I speak, you are given a new opportunity. Every sign I send carries within it love, protection, and an invitation to come nearer to the good path. I do not speak simply to fill silence. I speak to build, to preserve, to prepare, and to bring you to the place you were created to belong. Therefore, lift up your head. Do not be afraid, and do not close your heart in regret. There is still light today. Today, you can still listen. Today, you can still adjust your steps. And when you choose to pause before my call, you will not lose what is precious. On the contrary, you will recover direction, peace, and faith that I always go before you, opening the way for you with love that never runs dry.